At Air Change, we often get asked how economy cycle mode works with ERV or HRV units. So in this video, we will explain it. In our previous video, we covered how ERV and HRV units minimise an outside air load by transferring heat or energy between air being exhausted outside and fresh air being supplied inside. If you have not seen this video, click here to check it out. Despite saving large amounts of energy seasonally, there are certain conditions where heat or energy recovery is not desirable and should be disabled temporarily for optimal performance. For example, what happens when outdoor air conditions are at the desired indoor condition? Then drawing air through an air-to-air heat exchanger will provide no temperature benefit and will only add an unnecessary pressure drop, which increases fan power consumption. Or what if you have an internal room load warming an indoor space, but the outside air is cool and you want to supply it straight to the space for free cooling? If the air passes through the air-to-air heat exchanger, it will instead be warmed close to the room temperature and free cooling will not be achieved. In both these scenarios, you want the air to bypass the air-to-air heat exchanger in order to save energy. And that is precisely what economy cycle mode allows you to do. To explain how an air-to-air heat exchanger can be bypassed in economy cycle mode, here is a suction side view of an ERV or HRV. This blue outline shows the return air duct connection, while this red outline shows the outside air duct connection. These duct connections encompass the heat exchanger modules and the bypass sections. In heat or energy recovery mode, the heat exchanger dampers are open, while the bypass section dampers are closed. This forces the fresh outside air and the return air from the space to pass through the air-to-air heat exchanger. But in conditions where heat or energy recovery is not required, the heat exchanger dampers close and the economy cycle bypass dampers open. This forces the return air and the outside air to bypass the air-to-air heat exchanger, while still flowing through the unit in the same manner that it normally does. Note that to achieve free cooling, only one airflow stream needs to bypass the heat exchanger. So sometimes it is desirable to exclude one of the bypass sections and make the unit a bit narrower. The downside is that one airflow stream will still have the heat exchanger pressure drop during economy cycle mode and will draw a bit more fan power. So hopefully this video makes economy cycle mode for ERV and HRV units a bit clearer. Economy cycle mode is sometimes confused with return air bypass mode, which also involves a form of heat exchanger bypass. Look out for our next video which will cover this. And make sure you check out our website at airchange.com.au.